Hey, this is Prometheus giving you This Week in Madden, January 10th, 2021. Guys, I got 4 tips for you. I've got basically 2 different defensive tips and then also 2 different offensive tips. Some good stuff to help you win more games. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. All right, so this is a brand new YouTube channel. It's Choppa Boy G, and the reason I'm highlighting this is because it's a different type of style of defense that he runs online. And this is a very long video that I basically cut out some of the content. But anytime you see someone that runs a defense a certain way and explains why they run it a certain way, it's always good to see that type of viewpoint and how they run their defense. So let's go ahead and jump into this video right now.
So versus different formations, I'm gonna run a different play. So I'm gonna start off with a gun bunch, and with the gun bunch I run a match coverage. Is a very good coverage. Not a lot of people run match, so especially when a good gun bunch player sees this and they're looking and they're in the box, they're going to be so confused, I promise. The reason why I got the Raiders offense is so I could show you strong close bunch and trips tight end, how I defend all. Those are basically the meta formations. Also bunch tight end is a good one, but you can run the bunch defense, to bunch tight end. Is relatively similar. And I'll show you why I really like match coverage. Now, for a second, let me just move the ball. 90% of bunch players, any good bunch player, they're going to have their bunch on the wide side of the field. So let me just respot the ball, give me a little bit more space and real estate, so I can really show you how this defense and how to maximize this match coverage. So what you want to do is always show blitz, pinch your D-line, crash out. That's how you get them very good sheds by these outside guys. And also blitz your user, that cancels out that change of direction stat. And another thing with show blitz, the reason why I like to show blitz is when I blitz, I'm either blitzing this guy off the edge, or both, and the only way to get him to come down like this is a show blitz. So show blitz against bunch every single time. Pinch D-line, crash out. Blitz your user, those are steps that you need. Now the second most important thing is to put this safety in the deep half. Now I've experimented with inside third. I don't like it. Deep half plays a lot of the streaks. Cover 3 beaters won't happen. And you're probably thinking the middle of the field is naked. No. This deep half on the left, it's not a normal deep half. It is a match. If this single receiver runs a deep post route, he's going to turn into man coverage. He's going to take it. He's going to rob it because he's going to get beat for like a split second. And as soon as he throws the ball, I guarantee if you have any good corner, I have my Deion Sanders here, but any good corner, I used to run L'Jarius Sneed, who not the best corner in the game. But yeah, any good corner, they're going to get the pick. I promise you. It's almost like a bait. That's why I really like this match in deep half. Especially players are going to be looking like, that's a deep half. Why is it like man matching? Is he manning him up? This and that. Because sometimes he's not going to play man, and it's just going to confuse your opponent. Again, this deep half is glitchy. I'm not necessarily match coverage this deep half on this side, but he plays this inside seam straight down and out very well. I don't know if it's because of where he's lined up or what. I really like it. It just takes anything so you can't get bombed over top. Now, on this outside quarter, he is matching any corner route you want to see. He's going to take the second deepest threat. So if it's a streak corner, so it's like a flood concept, he's going to take it. Now, this guy has the first due to the flat. Now, however, I don't like this zone all the time. It's ways to get around. If you do like a normal flood that's not a corner, that's a deep out, sometimes this guy will play it, sometimes he won't. And just in case he won't, I just like to throw him into a curl flat. Now, you don't have to do that. It's not mandatory. Sometimes I'll just keep him I'll put him in a hard flat. But genuinely speaking, I'll put him in either a curl, a hard, or sometimes even a seam flat. This is another matching zone, but it's just a little tricky. But for this, I'll put him in a hard flat, and I'm gonna just show you this flood concept. Now the last step, this is optional. You can put this D tackle in either a 3-rack hook. Even though you already have one, he's gonna play more of like this underneath 3-rack, while he's gonna play over top. Or you could do what I like to do, either put him in a vertical hook. Either side doesn't matter. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I do the other. Or man him up. Against bunch, I like to man him up. He plays very good man coverage. I actually didn't sub out That's pain. I didn't put my DNs there, but for right now it's a D tackle. But in MUT, I promise it's going to be different. So what I'm about to just do on offense real quick is set up, you know, a corner, a flood concept. So matter of fact, I'm gonna keep that deep post by Aguilar. I'm gonna streak the outside receiver, corner concept, flat. You know, run it back. Put him on like a curl or whatever. I want y'all to watch. So what you usually, I always bail out. And as you see, nothing open. Any pass he could have thrown just now was a guaranteed interception, I promise. So let me go into instant replay for y'all. Start off here. Like I told you, it's not a normal deep half. Look how he ran it for him. He shut it down. There's no way that he can throw this ball whatsoever. The streak guarded by the deep half. No way that he can throw this ball whatsoever. And that's Henry Ruggs. This corner route, you see, watch how the quarter, he sees the corner, bails out. You throw this, pick, easy pick. Of course, I got my hard flat out here playing the flat. Pick 6 if he throws that. And then your 3-rec, I like this zone because you see he sprints out, but he doesn't go all the way. So if somebody's trying to throw like a low ball, you know, some people like to do that little motion out and low ball it before he gets to the sideline. He's right underneath. That's a pick. You see nothing's open. I manned up that running back, and as you see the sheds, just look at how your D-line just sheds. I don't know why the sheds are so good out of this formation, but they are.
Here's another excellent tip from Mile High Chosen One. This guy is one of the more, he's got some of the best tips as far as just easy, simple strategy. If you guys like to scramble with your quarterback, you like to use a running quarterback, this is probably going to be a great tip that you want to implement as quickly as possible.
As you guys can see, we are on the offensive side of the ball, and we're really going to talk about a little trick play in the game that you guys probably haven't seen before. If you've seen it before, you probably just didn't know how to run it. Now, we are in a 5 wide set, and we're going to be running the wide receiver screen play. And we're going to create a quarterback draw out of this play, and also you can run the wide receiver screen at the same time. Now, there are a few things that you want to look at. Now, on the right side of the field is where it's going to determine where we're going to throw the ball, if we're going to throw the ball or not. Now, if your opponent is running hard flats, typically we want to take over the quarterback up the middle, because hard flats this year, when your opponent is playing hard flats, they typically blow up screen plays for some reason, whether it's come from that safety or the corner spot. And another thing you want to look at is the middle linebacker that your opponent is using, which is typically going to be one of the middle linebackers in the middle of the field. So if you see your opponent using one of those middle linebackers in the middle of the field and he runs straight over to the wide receiver screen, you could take off with your quarterback up the middle, in the middle of the defense. Now, the keys that you need is you need a quarterback with escape artists, because you need somebody who got decent change of direction, and escape artists allow your quarterback to move a little faster. This is very, very tough, man. It puts your opponent in a bind where he's going to cover the screen or he's going to cover the quarterback blast right up the middle. So very, very tough, man. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to run it. Right now, we're just running the wide receiver screen because we've seen that safety did not play hard flat. So we're just going to throw the simple screen play to the receiver. We're going to run it a couple more times with just throwing the screen, just showing you how good the screen is if your opponent is not playing just press man-to-man or just hard flats, man. So this play right here, we're going to show you guys how it's very effective by taking off with the quarterback up the field. Very tough, man. Escape artist is very, very glitchy, especially when you run into like this. I mean, your opponent never knows what's coming. We're going to run it again with the quarterback. Just take right off right in the middle of the field. Again, if your opponent runs straight to the screen, you got a wide open lane. If they're playing hard flats, take off with the quarterback. Right now, I'm going to try to run this ball right here, get up the field, and we getting more gains. Now, with Lamar Jackson, man, you might have an opportunity to run for a big play or a big touchdown just because he got so much speed, as you guys can see right here, and he got the ability to trust. He would never fumble. In order to lose his ability to trust, you have to get tackled and for a loss. So very, very tough, man. So this video gonna come to an end. I just wanted to show you guys how great this play is. So just get into a 5 wide and try to get a fast quarterback with escape artists and try to utilize this before you know, your opponent can catch on to what you're doing, man. So if you like these type of videos, man, I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you boys on the next one. I'm out.
This is going to be DJ the Chef. This is next level. This is like Madden Pro level type lab type stuff. DJ is going to show you basically how to go ahead and create a universal edge pressure so you dumb out the offensive line. This is the stuff this is what people do to break Madden and cause a lot of problems when when people are playing offense with these defensive strategies. So you need to check this out if you want to learn how to break the offensive line.
So now that we know that we can create one-on-one matchups and still play back, how can we take this blitz to the next level? Well, that's why I'm here. That's what I'm going to show you how to do. So let's take this to the next level. All right. So again, slant, we're going to spread. So left, spread to the right, contain here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to slant them to the right again. And the next and last thing that you want to do for this blitz is you want to take this and then just blitz this middle linebacker. So this is our setup now. So it's the same thing, but just with a blitz middle linebacker. Now what I like to do is maybe move him inside if you have to, because what he's going to do is pretty much slowly make his way out. And that's going to take away any of those quick routes coming inside, but it is going to give up the outside routes out here if there's anything quick. But mostly when somebody's facing a blitz, they're either going to throw a quick route here or they're going to throw a quick route down to the flat. So there's a few things that you can actually do. You can move him out here like this, and then you can move this guy over here like this to kind of take away that quick look inside. So you can actually move Baker down here to take away any inside. You can keep him outside here to take away any of the outside routes coming outside here. Okay. What we're going to do now, and now that we've contained, we've slanted to the right, we're then going to take this user, and this user is basically going to be responsible for kind of glitching out the offense. I don't want to call it glitchy because people make a big deal when you say something is a glitch, but it technically is kind of it's not a glitch. I won't say it's a glitch. It is a bad read by the offensive lineman. We see it happen every day in the NFL. But what I want to show you is if you press R2 or if you press your right trigger, you're going to see that my gap assignment changes. Based on my gap assignment is going to be based off of how the computer responds to it. So right now I know I have one-on-one matchups. The computer is programmed to protect inside out first, just like the NFL. So we know that inside out is how the computer blocks. That's how it is programmed unless you make a line shift change on offense. So I have one guy here, one guy here, one guy here, one guy here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys going to the right side with a contain. Now I only have one guy backside. So as you see the gaps change, so you'll see he's going A gap here. You'll see he's going C gap here. What we want to do is get this guy free backside because we know that this tackle needs to protect inside. And since this blitz is not going outside, so you see how no matter how far I really take him, I would have to take him all the way out here for him to be C gap. We want him to crash this B gap right here because he has to protect inside first. We're not going to bring him over here because we already have enough people coming here and the line is just going to shift and it's not going to work the way we want it to work. So we're going to come here. You basically want your blitz to be that B gap right there, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do is after we blitz, we're gonna press right twice, select triangle, then select blitz, so just down on your right stick. Then we're gonna press right again, and that's gonna bring up our linebacker menu, and we're going to press X, which is gonna select our left outside linebacker, and we're going to blitz him as well. So now what we see is this. So we went from a contain like this to a blitz like this. All right, so now you see he's taking C gap, I'm taking B gap, we have a guy taking A gap. So all gaps are covered. This center has to take him, he has to slide over to take him, he has to take him, this tackle has to take me, and then our outside linebacker should come scot-free. Let's see how it goes. So what you're gonna want to do, actually I missed one thing. There's one thing you want to do. You don't actually want to blitz. You just want to take that tackle away, make him crash down, and then you're going to want to rotate back to the middle of the field to protect anything. So watch how it goes. So let's look at it. Let's look at it because you have to practice. You're going to have to practice this in order to be extremely effective. So look. I am going to blitz, and what happened, exactly what I said happens, right? He has to take outside because he's the tackle. He's going to protect inside first, so he's going to take this guy. We've created our same one-on-one matchups as we did before without blitzing that guy, but you see what happens here? This tackle has to take inside. The computer is programmed to take inside. The only way to stop this is by double teaming probably this guy here. But if you start double teaming this guy is going to come scot-free as well. So it's a really tough blitz to stop. I can teach you guys how to do that in sub mode if you guys are interested. But what you're gonna do is, you see how we're taking that B gap? That B gap becomes wide open. Now that tackle has to choose, and he chooses what he's taught to do, which go inside first. So you see that he kind of just sits here, doesn't block anyone, and we come scot-free to the quarterback. The guy doesn't block a single person. We come scot-free to the quarterback. Drew Brees has absolutely no time to throw this ball. No time. We're coming straight off that edge. Everyone right here is blocking besides this guy. He actually comes down to help right here. So we'll see.
And once again, my favorite YouTube channel, Zan. This guy, you guys got to subscribe. You got to let him know I sent him sent you to him. He has the best tips. There are always tips that will help you win games, help you build a foundation to your schemes. And this one is going to be how to score more touchdowns down in the red zone with an easy concept. So let's go ahead and check this out.
What you're going to look for is a deep stock 10-yard out route. And this is a route that is going to get into the back corner of the end zone where zone coverage does not cover the field. And this is really important because you're going to be able to use the high point mechanic to throw an accurate football to your red zone threat and get those rocket catch or those aggressive catch animations for touchdowns. So I'm going to go ahead and show you iForm H Pro. This is in the Seahawks playbook. I've actually never run this. This is a concept tip. So trying to hammer home that this is something you can install no matter what playbook you run. And you're going to look at this deep out route, this deep stock out route. And what you ideally want is one that's deep enough that it actually gets, in the back corner of the end zone. So this is a little bit, it's more like halfway. Maybe this tip, down inside the 5-yard line, depending on the stock depth of your out route, will work better a little bit closer. So pay attention to those types of variables. If I were in, say, shotgun spread, PA deep out, that play has deeper out routes. So you might be able to do this from further away from the goal line. Some of these other out routes might be a little bit shorter, like you see here in bench. So you might need to run this a little bit closer. So keep those variables in the back of your mind. Now, the benefit of a formation like the iForm H Pro is that you should bait a run defense, a 4-4 type defense or a 3-3-5 wide, safety spied. That type of defense should be what your opponent will respond with. Now, let's go ahead and break down how this theory works. I'm going to show you cover 3. And if you take a look at the outside third player, Kevin King, on the left near DK Metcalf, you notice that there's a lot of green grass, and I say a lot facetiously. It's about 5 yards by 10 yard strip of green grass in the left side of the end zone. That's a no cover area in the red zone. And you see that if you were to look to the right side, it's also open on the right side as well. This is the area of the field that we have to attack in the red zone. Obviously, you also have the post, that split area between Kevin King and the middle blue zone, which has no one covering it. That's another area that you can attack with red zone threat. Basically, you want to use a route that gets into that green grass area and is something that you can throw high point. And if you can get a receiver into this area consistently, it will be a aggressive catch animation that is more often than not caught. So I'm going to spy off the rush here just so I don't get sacked. I want to show the 7-on-7 of this. And I want you to watch how Metcalf on this deep out route is going to work off press, and then he's not going to be covered. And you're just going to throw this high point pass in the back corner of the end zone for an easy touchdown. This is a simple tip, something that you could do very, very consistently. Typically speaking, if they have, man coverage and have like medium route knockout, that would be something that would counter this. But I don't anticipate you're going to run up against that too much in this scenario. Again, you're seeing Metcalf works off that, gets into the no cover zone, high point pass, rocket catch, and it got broken up. I would say that my success rate with this tip is in the range of probably 65 to 75%, which is high enough that it's worth using, at least in my opinion. Another thing to consider is that this is actually a really good ability against man coverage as well. If your opponent is playing straight up man, you could just blatantly throw right at their face and get one play scores. If it's zone, that no cover zone in the back outside corner of the end zone is really where you want to throw this, because you tend to hold on to it a lot more. So you see we're 2 out of 3 here.
So that concludes this week in Madden. Guys, let me know if you like this. Smash the like button. Also, if there's any YouTube channels that you think that I should take a look at, go ahead and put that down in the comments. And if you have a YouTube channel that you want to go ahead and post some tips or how you run your defenses or how you run your offenses, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'm going to just keep doing this because I just think there's a lot of great stuff that's getting posted out there, but some people just don't see it. So if we could put it all in one area so you can get some of the best tips in just one area, that really will help, I think, the community as a whole. So once again, thank you guys for your support. Until next time.